Here we are in the QBO gym, and this is the place where we have numerous hands-on exercises that simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Each month covers a variety of new topics and scenarios, and to make it a little bit easier for you each month, we break it down into 4 different sections. So if you are looking to work on your bookkeeping skills, this is the place for you. And if you would like to do an entire month's worth of these all on your own, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. But let's get into today's exercise, which is being pulled from our June Year 1 cardio section, where we really focus on periodic inventory. At the top of this page is an animated video to give you a synopsis of what you, the bookkeeper, will be doing for your fictitious client, Craig, this month. Below that is an interactive pre-assessment quiz that relates to the video up above. Below that are the exercises in this section. And at the bottom here is an optional area where after you have gone through all of the exercises in this section, you will unlock some sample marketing posts that you can use on your LinkedIn to share with everyone what you have learned so far. So let's dive into today's exercise where we're going to practice processing other transactions. Go ahead and click on that link to have the exercise pulled up for you. I have it here on the right side of my screen, so let's read through our scenario. Craig lets you know that he told his tax preparer to direct deposit his personal tax refund to the business bank account and would like you to record that on the books. He also paid the bill from Mahoney with a check and sent you a picture of that check via text. Now, you will need to be in the same session of the sample company that you did the previous 2 exercises in. If you have not completed those yet, go ahead and click on the link on the top right corner of your screen. That'll take you to the first one, complete that one and the one after that, and then come back to this one. They all build on each other, and so it's really important to start with that first one. I have the sample company over here on the right, or excuse me, the left side of my screen. This is the last page that I left off of from the previous exercise and what yours would look like too if you had done those 2 previous exercises as well. But let's go ahead and get started with the exercise, working first on that journal entry deposit. As you learned in a previous lesson, Craig's tax return belongs to him, not the business. So having it automatically deposited into his bank or business account is poor practice, in the same way depositing a check made out to Craig himself would be. You will record it because it happened, but this is something you may want to advise Craig to avoid as much as possible in the future. We need to set up a journal entry to reflect Craig's personal tax refund of $27.80 going into the business bank account. You could also use a bank deposit. This is just a different way to accomplish the exact same thing. So let's create that journal entry. We're going to click on the plus new button and then select journal entry. The plus new button on the top left corner, go ahead and click on that, and then under others, select journal entry. Now, a good rule of thumb when recording a journal entry is to remember that the destination, or where the money goes in the debits column, and the source, where the money came from, goes to the credit column. For a more thorough explanation, we recommend this video. Go ahead and click on it in order to get to it. I believe it's a YouTube video. More examples of journal entries can be found in the May 2023 issue of the QBO Gym. We go into really into depth on journal entries. So take a look back at the May issue of the gym, and if you want more information and you want to do some more practice with journal entries. Now, note that it's a good idea to give your journal entries a name so that you can easily find it later if you never need to refer back to it. So in the journal number field, we're going to enter today's date and then the contribution. So here is the journal number field. Yours may be over on this side. I just have my screen collapsed a little bit, so that's probably why it's over on this side, but usually it's over here. So anyways, once you find journal number and field, go ahead and type in today's date, whatever your date may be, and then type contribution after that. Obviously, in a real life scenario, you would want to make sure that the date that, or excuse me, the date that is being used here in this journal entry, date and journal number, is matching when this transaction actually happened. This deposit was made. So let's fill it out. On the first line in the account field, we're going to select checking. So click into it, click the down arrow, and then checking will be the third one on the list. In the debits field, we're going to type 2780. So go ahead and type 2780. Remember, the checking account is the destination. The source of the funds is the owner itself, which is Craig. So you will have to create a new account to capture that it's from Craig. So on the second line in the account field, we want to select plus add new. So click into that field, click the down arrow, select plus add new. And then we want to create an equity account that is showing the owner contribution or Craig's contribution here. So in the account type field, we want to select equity, click into that. Equity is towards the bottom of that list. Go ahead and select it once found. In the item detail type field, we're going to select owner's equity. So click that down arrow. Owner's equity is about halfway down that list. Go ahead and select it once found. And then let's just update this name a little bit more so that it says owner's contributions, and it just makes it a little more clear what this account is for. So owner's contributions. We don't need a description since it's pretty self-explanatory. Everything else is good, so we can go ahead and click on the green Save and Close button. And now that new account has been created. So on that same line in the credits field right here, you just want to verify that QBO has correctly entered 2780 to balance out the journal entry, because debits and credits always must equal each other. And so QBO automatically assumes when you're filling out journal entries that whatever you put in this debits column is exactly the same as what needs to be in this credits column. In this case, that is what we want. So we're just going to leave this as is. Let's go ahead and add a note in the memo field just to clarify a little bit more what this is for. And this is an internal note. So in that field, we want to type direct deposit of personal tax fund. So click into that memo box and then go ahead and type that. Direct deposit of personal tax refund. Direct deposit of personal tax refund. Perfect. This journal entry is all good to go. We have nothing else to add in here, so we're going to click on the arrow next to Save and New and select Save and Close. So the down arrow is right here next to Save and New. Go ahead and click that and then select Save and Close. And now that journal entry that we just created has been saved. All right, moving on to the next section here. Craig wrote a check for the outstanding bill from Mahoney Mugs, so use the check workflow to record this payment. So we're going to click on the plus new button and then select check. So the plus new button on the top left corner of the screen, click on that. And then under vendors, go ahead and select check. In the payee field, we want to select Mahoney Mugs since that's who he paid. Click into it. You can scroll down until you find them or type their name in. Either way is fine. Go ahead and select their name once you find it. Now you'll notice that as soon as you selected Mahoney Mugs, you'll see that QBO displays the outstanding bill from them in the pop-up drawer along on the right side of the screen. So we'll add that in one moment. Just keep it open for right now. In the check number field, we're going to type check number 72, and we're just going to say that this is the number, the check that he wrote out to Mahoney. This is the check number that was used. We're going to leave the payment date as is. It's going to default to today. Of course, you would want to make this adjustment to the day that the check was actually written. All right, so going back to this little pop-up drawer here, we want to add the bill that he paid with the check. We want to add that to this bill. So all we need to do is click on add. You see this purchase order that we had created earlier, but this is the bill that we had actually created. So go ahead and click on the add button. And when you do that, you will see that the bill that we created has been added. Notice that when you completed the previous step, QBO automatically completed the rest of the form using the information from the bill you selected, as I mentioned, and it changed the title of the form to bill payment right here. Oops, you look at the image of the check that Craig had sent you, and you see that he accidentally wrote it for only $818. You will go ahead and process this, but Craig still owes Mahoney $10 later, or $10, and you will have to pay them later. So in either the amount or the payment field, you want to change the value to $818 to reflect the actual value of Craig's check that he wrote to them. So in either one of these fields is perfectly fine. Just click into one of them and change it to $818. If you hit the tab key over, you will see that QBO updates this bill payment transaction. So this is all good to go. It shows us that we have paid that bill. And so we are just going to simply click on Save and Close. That's the green button on the bottom right corner. Go ahead and click on that. And that bill payment that we just created has been saved. And that's it. That's how you would process other transactions. Now, if you like this exercise and you'd like to do more like it, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. We have finished the cardio section and we move on to the cool down section. So if you would like to continue on, be sure to leave this session of the sample company open, as you will need it for the next exercise where we practice reconciling bank accounts. And I will see you in the next video.